Yeah, I wanted to go over some wiring with you. I wanted to troubleshoot my red heater wires, and so I thought this would be a good video on how to do that. So one of the reasons why you don't see any videos of everybody just showing you how the wires go, oh, it's got that one down there, is because all the dryers, for some reason, the manufacturers, they kind of have a standard, but they do what they want to do. So it's good to learn how to read these diagrams. And so what I'm doing here is I'm tracing out the red wires, and the reason being is because I got this dryer, and somebody started monkeying around with the wires and putting splices and bypassing stuff in. So I'm trying to restore the wiring to make it the way it's supposed to be. And for example, well, I'll kind of go over some of the wires. So we're just talking about the red wire. Typically, it's going to be the far right. It's usually the red, and it's usually up through the top. And so you can kind of come over your wire diagram and see. It's tricky because this outer border is not part of the diagram. So it says, they're calling it line 2. It's red. And these are real helpful too. This little tells you if it's a splice, if it's a terminal connection or an inline connection. So that helps out, and the reason why I'm saying that is, see, I see a circle, and that tells me that's a terminal connection. And it goes down, and I see a splice to an orange wire. So I kind of look at that. And also I'll show you something that's weird. Here's the orange wire. Typically this goes to the heater element, but in my case I have this white black, which typically goes to a timer, and they got them going to weird spaces. But we'll do that in a second. So I'm trying to decide what the easiest way to do this would be. I guess we'll just follow the line. So again, red should go to splice to orange red, but I do not see that. That would be coming up here. Kind of looking around, seeing. Oh, okay, so, and I had to fix this. It was. So they got. Is this one they goofed up? I don't think so. I think I'm looking at the wrong one. I know that this goes down to the motor and through the inertia switch. So let's see if we can find that one. Oh, is that the top one though? This is probably more confusing. I guess I'll just go with what I know and then show you how I figure out the stuff I don't know. So I do know that this line goes to the motor inertia switch, and then here's one that comes out, and this should go, I believe, to the feed line. Let's see here. Yeah, so your main terminal line comes in here, goes down to your motor, and there's an inertia switch in there, and it comes back out and goes to your heater. So I can kind of look for that, knowing that. Oh, by the way, if you ever wonder why they got two diagrams, usually the bottom one is for a gas dryer, and so you're always usually dealing with the top one if you're working on an electric one. And so here, see, red line. I don't like that. Here's the inertia switch right there. It's an extension from the motor. So I know I'm looking at that. I have not seen this orange line running off, but that just means I probably don't see it. So it goes to the inertia switch, and from there it goes to the heater element. We just talked about that. So after the heater element, it's hardwired to the high limit thermostat, and that should be a red. Oh, so here's that white black lead. It goes from the timer to the heater element, and sure enough, here it is. Here it is right there, white black. And if I trace this, it goes all the way up to that timer, kind of. And that was that weird one that usually is not there. That's usually orange, but in this case it is white black, and that's correct. It does say the orange line goes down and ties into the red line somewhere. So let's trace that one out. So we got the orange line, and it goes down here, right here. Oh, it is spliced. Here it is right here. So it's correct. Can't see it very good. That's kind of weird. Again, that's not typically how it's done. So this is splicing into the red line and continuing on to the thing. And that is what the drawing says it should do. It's spliced in, and then when or it kind of runs backwards from the timer, TM timer, orange all the way and spliced in near the inertia switch there. I keep looking over on these crazy borders. I'm glad they made it a double line, but that's not part of the drawing. So here's our heating element. It goes to a high limit, which is after. Well, I'll show you that. That doesn't quite make sense, but I do see the high limit. See the high limits, I believe, up here. No, that's considered a high limit. So that is correct. It goes here. Then it says, so that comes out from the inertia switch, goes through the heating element, pops out, and then goes, should be going to the operating thermostat. Let's see if that's what it says. It does, and it says red from the high limit to the operating thermostat. So here it is. This is the operating, I guess that doesn't make sense. That's not really the operating thermostat. This is, I think, but they might just have it listed backwards. But I do see from the heating element, red line going to what I call the operating thermostat. And then it should have a red-white line coming out of that. Let's see if that's what we see. There we go. Oh, so there's the operating thermostat, which I'm calling this. And it's saying that from the operating thermostat, there's a red-white line that goes to the thermal cutoff. This is the thermal cutoff. So if I look at this, there's my white-red line, and that does go to the thermal cutoff. And this is part of it where I'm trying to fix it. So I got it done all the way up to here, and I got to get the other end of this. So if I look at my diagram, we just did red-white, and it says that I should have a red line going from the cutoff switch to the timer red mark. If I look at the timer red mark, that's up here. I can't really see what you see because I'm not standing up. There should be a red on R right there. This goes here. But if I trace this line out, it goes down here and it does this crazy, they bypass some stuff. So I'm looking at this. I already fixed the red-white because it goes from here to here. They had it going straight up top, which is wrong. So I need to get a red jumper wire and run it from here to the timer according to this. And again, there it is. I'm fixing this piece right here. Red from the thermal cutoff switch to the timer. So that tells me that this whole splicey thing is all wrong. So I got to pull that out and just run a jumper from here to there, and then I should be done with all my red lines. I guess, and that's why you don't have too many videos of people showing you. 90% of this is all the same throughout all the drives you work on. But they always throw weird curveballs like this. This usually is orange. I don't know why they made it white-black. That's just really weird. And then they took the orange and they ran it down to the motor, which might be okay. And then part of it is maybe they needed it for the light bulb. But the light bulbs are pretty standard. Usually blues are used for safety, and then the orange, purple is always, or violet is always used for this little heater element there. Okay, so I hope this makes sense and helps you out. If you have questions, I don't know. Again, you just have to get better at reading these, and they tell you what color. And just look for stuff that you know, like you know where the push button start is. And you can just see, okay, it says a blue line comes from there and runs all the way to the motor. If you come up to the push start, which is one of these two, and trace the... See, this should be the buzzer because... Or not the buzzer, but it's not the push to start. Yeah, so this is the push to start, and the reason why I could tell is because the blue line for that does run down, or one of them runs, two of them run down, but I didn't look at them both. And one does, here it is, 50, and that does run down in the motor just like it says here. And the other side, here's the other one. They didn't label it, but the other one is blue, and it runs to a terminal on something there. I'm thinking that that's supposed to be. Oh, see, this is what they're trying to show you there, is these all got tied together, which they very well may be, because they do that a lot. And it's probably tied together over here. What I do is I was watching, one of these black was tied to something. But anyways, some of this stuff's hard to see because it's right in this area. But that's why you need to learn how to read these, and for the most part it's just easy to find a part that you understand and then start tracing out. It tells you what color. There's, right there it says a pink black line, so that should be fairly easy to. But then my darn part of this is, I think that might be the pink black. Sometimes these wires get faded over time and they don't see, the red looks kind of like that color too, so I don't know if it's showing up on camera or not, but that's probably the pink black. And if I trace it, where is it going? It disappears down there somewhere and I don't see it coming out. So it probably looped into something. Where did they say it go? They said, I don't know, I lost it. Push button, that's what I was looking for. Pink black. They said it ran some kind of signal switch to the buzzer. Oh, I don't know. It probably goes down here and bites in, you know. Let's see if it says it's a terminal. Again, that's another reason why you want to read these legends. Let's see. Sorry about this. Quiet, drum, quiet. Pink, black, a dot. So it is, see that right there? It's spliced into another line. And it looks like it says tan. Or I don't know what that, this probably stands for something. Oh, it could be. It's, this one says tan or black. So they don't even know what colors they use. It can be different ones. And it goes something to do with the drive motor. So that's why it splices in down here somewhere and flips over to a different color of their choosing. Which I haven't seen any tan ones. But it did say black, so it probably turned into black. Anyways, I hope this kind of makes sense. And what I'll kind of run through it real quick. This is not going to be the same for every dryer. The red comes down from here, goes to the high limit cutoff switch. This is like an emergency backup. It's just kind of like a blow switch. Goes down to here, goes to the operating thermostat, through the operating thermostat, jumps over to the heating element. From the heating element, goes down to the inertia switch, comes out of the inertia switch, and then goes to the terminal. And I may have left one out because I don't. Yeah. And you're wondering how this closes. It's actually the black line, which I believe the black line shoots straight up. So the contact makes switch between the big black and the big red, and that's how they get the heating going for 240. Yeah, it's a horrible video, but maybe it'll help somebody out. If you're trying to figure out your red wires, this might help you out.